Hey everybody, welcome back to the 80s Slashers YouTube channel. In this video, we will be looking at some more of my favorite 80s Slashers cover art. Now, if you haven't already done so, I made like a part one. Some of these that you see here were in part one. My all-time favorite cover art for 80s Slashers, and yeah, a lot of these are they're all there, and they're fantastic. In part one, a lot of the films that we talked about were ones that had like some fantastic like hand drawn art like this, like just like this is the stuff that I really like. This is fantastic. They don't make this anymore, and yeah, these are just I could just look at these all day. They're incredible. So there was a lot of that stuff. And then there was also stuff like this, which also has that, but things that were like really nostalgic for me. Like New York Ripper was one that I always saw at the the video stores on VHS going to rent movies, and this is one that I always saw. So there was a lot of those mixed in with that list. So in this video, there's going to be some of that as well, but there also are going to be some of these ones that just kind of have that are not really nostalgic per se, a little bit, not really some of the greatest hand-drawn art, but there's going to be some that just kind of are indicative of the genre. A lot of them do have this though. It's just I'm adding some other ones that kind of I don't know, just kind of speak to me, that have I don't know, just always been some of my favorites. So yeah, let's just not waste any time and get right into it. Now, in these type of videos, obviously, I like to show and talk about the films that I have a physical copy of, so I can hold and I can like look at, I can like do the manual zoom, all that stuff. Um, but there are a few. Um, there are a few that I don't have a physical copy of. So, in the last video I didn't show them, but there is a couple posters that they might have made that first video of my all-time favorite just because I love them that much. But I don't have a physical copy, so I omitted them from the video. But for this video, I'm just gonna like pop up some art, so we can look at it. We can take a look at it. So let's start off with a few of those titles. So first up, from 1981, Home Sweet Home. Now I've always loved this artwork. This one is absolutely fantastic. You know, something about the colors in this one, I think, like the use of like the blue and then like the yellow background, it really pops for me. Like again, this hand drawn art is just it's fantastic. And then you kind of like the blue and yellows, then you have that the only red there is the bloody knife, and it's like very prominent right in the front. Just fantastic. Um, I like the dude wearing the blue jeans. Like the blue jeans stand out. Again, it kind of blends in with the whole color scheme, and I just like how the artwork itself is basically depicting kind of like the killer's POV as they're gazing at like the house in the distance, and what's gonna come, like you look at the movie poster and you're like, this movie's about some crazy guy with a bloody knife going to a house to attack people, presumably, and that's exactly what this movie is, you know and I don't know, it's just I always loved this one, and even the font. I even like the font in this. It's just like where this says like the suite. Like it's just this is a good one. This is a really good one. All right, let's. The next one here that I said I don't have a physical copy for is Cheerleader Camp from 1988, and this one is absolutely fantastic. There's so much going on in this. There's so much to look at. Like obviously your eye is immediately drawn to like like the cheerleader jumping in the air there, and even within her, there's so much to look at. Like her face obviously is like a skull face. One of her eyes is like it's not like a hollowed out skeleton eye. It's like, I don't know if it's like stitches or it's like it looks like it's winking. Really strange, really detailed. The pom poms themselves are like really detailed. There's like some stuff going on in the pom pom. Just like the artwork is just phenomenal. And then of course you get like the like the under, what do you call it, the under cleavage shot of like the crop top shirt, and it's showing a little more skin. It's great, it's fantastic. She has like this crazy skull face, but you're like, she still looks pretty good with with her crop top. It's fantastic. And then in the background, like you're looking at like a camp setting, like with like a building. There's people running around, and there's scenes from the movie, like some of the characters like wearing the costumes are in the movie, because that's part of the of mascots and like cheerleader teams and whatnot. It's great. People laying sun in, people taking photographs, mascots chasing people. There's just a lot to look at in here. The blood dripping off the font at the end is a nice touch. It really adds to it. And even just like the tagline at the top there, like the cheerleader tagline, it's just, I don't know. This is one of the best. I absolutely love this cover art. It's fantastic. And all right, let's take a look at the last one I don't have a physical copy of, and it's from 1982, Unhinged. And again, this one is I've always liked this one. This one is fantastic. It kind of has like a dream-like, almost like a, I don't want to say like a Salvador Dali, but it kind of has it kind of makes you question what's going on. Like, is that like the girl is running through, is it like a door frame, because like the door is tore off in the background, or is it kind of like a picture frame? Like, you don't really know. It's kind of up to your interpretation. It's probably a door frame, because there is a door there, but it looks like a picture frame, and she's like framed in the picture. And then like the Grim Reaper, reaching out with the bloody knife. It's very artistic. It's just, again, like they don't make these anymore, and it's just like you can just look at this and examine it, and it's great. The girl, again, just like in cheerleader camp, the girl looks good. She's showing some cleavage there. It's there's an appeal there to look at that, which is great. But then she has like the bloody jeans all torn, and she's been through something. And I don't know. This artwork just really fits the slasher genre. It's really good. I love these. All right, that's it for the ones that I don't have a physical copy of. So let's move on, and let's take a look at the next one. All right, so up next we have Silent Madness. Um, this is great. This, again, another hand drawn art one. Um, this is fantastic. There's so much going on here. The girl running, look of terror in her face. She's showing some skin. Not as bad as, cheerleader camp or unhinged, but there's an appeal there. The crazy killer, the axe is fantastic. The ambulance being attacked, the ambulance, the body on the ground. There's like the bloody pool under the body. Like the lights of the ambulance, like you get the yellow, the flashing lights. That's a beautiful touch. Like the sky, like the moon, the clouds. It's just great. And then you add in the 3D. Just I don't know. This is just a classic example from like the golden age of the 80s slasher, and it's beautiful. This is a really good one. Really like Silent Man. It's a good film. I like this film too. So yeah. All right, let's move on and take a look at the next one. All right, so here we go with one. This is one that's this is just iconic. This is one of the most iconic um slasher cover arts of all time. This is just this may be one of the most copied within the horror genre. It's that iconic. Again, no hand drawn art, and this one is very nostalgic for me. I did see this quite a bit growing up, or again, variations of this, people copying this. First off, the font. Like, this font has been, like, how many times has this color scheme and the font been used? It's it's a classic. It's just, and it's just so good. And then like the legs, and the girls looking through the legs, and then the very long power drill, which is obviously very symbolic, like a phallic symbol, and that's kind of what this movie is. There's like that misogyny in this movie of the killer just attacking women and like penetrating them with his drill. That's what this film is about, and this cover captures it. You got women all in like their underwear, cleavage showing. They're on the ground, on their knees, looking up at the killer. It's it captures this film perfectly, but it's just so iconic. I just absolutely love this. This is one of my favorite 80s slashers of all time, top five. Um, it's yeah, this is fantastic. Just so classic. Absolutely love it. So yeah, Slumber Party Massacre, definitely one of the best within the genre. All right, let's take a look at the next one. All right, so next one here is Alone in the Dark, and again, this is like a very simple artwork, but again, it's hand drawn, and it's again, it just is the epitome of the slasher genre. It's very similar to Home Sweet Home, uh, with the exception of, instead of a bloody knife, it's a bloody axe, and this is a little more photorealistic. It's not. I wouldn't say it's photorealistic, but compared to Home Sweet Home was a little more cartoony in the drawing. This looks a little more lifelike. Like the dirty, muddy shoe on the grass, like the pant, the jeans is great. Just the hand, and again, kind of the killer's POV, looking at like a house with like a single light on, middle of the night, and you know what's gonna happen. The killer is gonna make his way to this house and start killing, and it's fantastic. It's simple. There's nothing fancy going on here, but it conveys the message of the film and the genre, and it's just this is horror artwork done right. It's I don't know, it's fantastic. I just absolutely love this one. So yeah, Alone in the Dark, really, really good one. All right, let's take a look at the next one. All right, so the next one we have here, of course, is the Prowler. And again, this isn't like I don't know if this is hand drawn. It kind of looks like it is hand drawn, but this is like a scene from the film. When the Prowler gets a hold of one of his victims in like a swimming pool. Fantastic scene. And but this is kind of like, I don't know, like I don't know if she kind of looks like she's hand drawn, but I don't know. Anyway, regardless, it's this is another iconic one. I've seen this one. There's a little bit of nostalgia for me. I didn't see this one a ton growing up, but I did see it occasionally, in the VHS stores, and um, yeah, it's just like the killer itself, like with like the military helmet, and you can't see the face, just like a shadowy figure, and you know that the title of the film, and just looking at this guy, you know that he's a bad guy. He's gonna kill people. She has a look of terror on her face, clinging for life. And then you have like the big moon with like a huge moon silhouetting everything. Again, the house in the background, a couple lights on, part of the house in the darkness. Um, it's just really good. The font, of course, like, red font always plays nice with these films. Um, yeah, the Proud. This is just again just kind of an iconic one. Anyone who's a fan of these films and this genre, uh, just has probably always known about this artwork. It's just one of those ones. It's very iconic, and it just has a good look, and it just conveys what this film, what you're in for when you watch this film. Yeah, so I always love the Prowler. It's a really good one. All right, let's move on to another one. All right, so next we have Graduation Day, and again, this is one. Nothing fancy. There's nothing stands out. I wouldn't say like the artwork is, top notch, or just something that you can just like stare at for, minutes, like an hour, half hour, whatever it is. And um, but it's there again. It's simplistic, and it gets the point across of what this film is. Just the title alone, Graduation Day, and then we have like for the T, you have like the knife, but then it kind of has like the tassel almost. Like it looks like it's like the graduation tassel hanging down off, like really cool. And then of course like the girl with like wearing like the graduation cap. almost like it's a photograph, but then someone's smashing the photograph, smashing the glass, slicing the head open. It's just it's great. It's just it's again it's simple, but it conveys what the genre is, and it's I don't know. It's just it's really good. I really like Graduation Day, and even just like the outline, like the black and the red. If you're familiar with this channel, I use black and red for almost everything I do on this channel because it just conveys this genre so well. And yeah, this just I don't know. This is just a simple style of poster art, but it does a really good job. So really like this one. All right, let's take a look at another one. All right, so next one here we have My Bloody Valentine, and again, this is one of those ones. Again, it just represents the genre so well, and it's pretty understated, but you know exactly what you're getting, and it represents the film really good. Of course, the big draw of this film is the mine. Harry Warden, the killer, the miner outfit with the pickaxe, the darkness, and that's what this captures. It's just all you can see is just like the eyes in this miner's mask with like the hole. You can see like the details of like the holes and the blood dripping down, and like the hose, like it's great. And you see like the water. I don't know if that's blood. Is it like blood or is it sweat, water? It's probably I don't know what it is. It's probably blood. It looks like it's kind of like red tinted. The big eyes, very detailed. And then of course like the miner's headlamp is like kind of like a reflection or looking at what he's looking at. We get to see in here, and it's like kids at like the Halloween dance. See like the heart up there. I don't know if it's like being blown out or what, but um, yeah, it's just it's great. There's more than one way to lose your heart. My Bloody Valentine. It's great. It's very simple, but you see this on VHS back in the day, and you know exactly like anytime there's blood on the cover of these films, you know what you're getting, and that's what this is. It's simple. It's understated. I love the field of black basically, and just see what your eye is drawn to, like the blood, the victims, and like the crazy eyes. It's great. This is definitely one. Again, it's one of those ones. Pretty nostalgic for me. Pretty iconic. Nothing crazy with the hand drawn art, but um, it's 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 a classic. It's fantastic. All right, let's take a look at another one. So yeah, next up we have Chopping Mall, and again, this is kind of an iconic one for me as well. I pretty good nostalgia for this one, and it's just great. I think it's just the title of the film is just it's a clever like a pun, like in Chopping Mall. It's just it rolls off the tongue really well, and it makes sense for the type of film this is. And then you look and you see like a shopping bag, and there's like what like a person's head screaming in the bag, and a crazy arm, robot arm, because that's what we're dealing with, robots in this film. And it's great. It's just again, it's the field of black, red text, drippy blood. It's simple, but it's nice hand drawn. What's it say? Park Plaza Mall. So it's at like a shopping bag at a mall. The little tagline where shopping costs you an arm and a leg is a nice touch. Um, yeah, this is just a great one, and even like the detail on the hand is fantastic. Really good like hand drawn art. The bag, like the crinkles, it just looks really good. The tear in the bag. I don't know. This is just another iconic, nostalgic pick for me. It's just great. It's just I don't know how anyone can not like this and look at this and be like, this is a film I want to see. But just based on the title alone, Chopping Mall, it's fantastic. It's such a clever title for a film, and the film itself is great. So yeah, this is uh, this is definitely a good one. All right, let's take a look at another. All right, so up next we have Xray. Now, so yeah, forget about schizo. That's okay. Um, Xray. Now, this isn't the cover that I love. This is okay. Kind of reminds me of like a old-timey Universal Frankenstein or Bride of Frankenstein. It's not this cover. What it is, I'll put the actual big one up on the screen here. But it's inside here. We get a little peek under the disc here. It's this one right here. So yeah, I'll put this down here, and I'll put a bigger one up on the screen here. But this one is fantastic. You know, it's just again the colors. Let me see if I can. It's just, the girl being strapped to the bed. Again, you're getting some like some cleavage, some like, some sex appeal in the poster. The hands holding her down with like the scalpel, and she's like a look of terror on her face. The title, like Xray itself, it's just the font is cool. It's just one of those ones that it just looks fantastic. It's just, I don't know, it's just a really good looking slasher poster that just really captures the genre, I feel, really well. Um, yeah, so Xray, like I said, not a film I love, but definitely cool artwork. I really like that poster. I've always liked that poster. I think it's just the colors. It's just like the teal or whatever it is. It kind of stands out. It really catches the eye. So yeah, that movie poster for Xray is really good. All right, let's take a look at the next one. All right, so up next we have Nightmare Beach, and this one's great. This is again hand-drawn art, very indicative of the movie itself. This movie is like part slasher, part 80s teen sex comedy. At a beach, spring break, Porky's, that kind of thing. And you get like obviously the sinister giallo kind of feel. It does have like it's an Italian film here, and it has that the giallo, like the black gloved, the masked motorcycle helmet killer. So you have that going on, but then you see like the spring break, the people on the beach. You got some, again, the sex appeal on the. I don't know if she's topless, or I don't know what she is. She looks kind of topless there. It's hard to say, but another girl, having a good time. People in like bikinis there. Palm trees. The sun is great, but then it looks like there's like lightning kind of in the sun, which is really cool. Streaks of lightning. I don't think it is lightning, but that's what it kind of looks like. Um, but then of course you get the reflection in the motorcycle visor, which is just fantastic, and like the look of terror, the mask glove over her mouth, and then you get like the actual sun reflecting, like a setting sun, I guess, as the sun goes down. And the detail on like the neck here, like the leather jacket, is just fantastic. This is great, man. This is the colors, just like the oranges and the blacks, and then you get of course like your red font against the black of the motorcycle jacket. Great. This is great. This is a good movie, and it's just I really like this cover art. Super fantastic. So yeah, so Nightmare Beach, definitely a nice piece of hand drawn art. All right, I think we only have two left, so yeah, let's take a look at the next one. All right, so up next we have Madhouse, and this one's fantastic. This is one I had never seen this one growing up. This is like a newer one. When I had seen this, I don't know. First time I've seen this is, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years ago maybe. Whenever this was starting to get a home video DVD or Blu-ray release kind of thing, and I saw this artwork. I'm just like, oh my god, that's fantastic. Just the little girl, little kids are creepy, man. Like I don't know. To me, uh, if you have a horror movie and the killer's a kid and they're like a creepy kid, I don't even know if maybe she's not a kid, but she looks like a kid to me. She's not much taller than the dog. The movie, yeah, she is a little kid in the movie, and then she goes. Anyway, regardless, I always view her as a kid, and she's creepy as hell in this. Got like the red glowing eyes, which is just crazy, crazy. And then of course a bloody knife. A bloody knife just makes everything look good. And just like how she's in like silhouette, like you can't make out her features. You can make out the eyes, you can make out a little bit of the face, but not really. Make out a little bit of like her knuckles and her arm, and all that really stands out is the red on the knife and the red in the eyes. Everything else is black, like the wisp of the hair in the sunlight through the window, causing the silhouette effect. It's done really good. And then of course the dog, exact same thing. You got the blood on the teeth, and then the blood in the eyes. Fantastic. And then the blood dripping off this, standing at the top of the stairs, dripping down onto the second step there. It's fantastic, so good. And then the film itself takes place in like this old, decrepit, broken down house, which is a character in the film itself because it's super creepy. And this kind of captures like you got the old spooky stairway, banister railings, and like the windows are boarded up. Like it fits perfectly. Everything kind of dark except for like the little bit of light shining through the window, and then the red of the blood in the eyes. It's just yeah, this is great. This is fantastic. Like if you see this and you don't want to watch this film, like this is, I don't know, they do a really good job. They definitely draw me in with this artwork. It's fantastic. So yeah, Madhouse, um, a newer one for me, new yeah, like a newer cover art that I've discovered. But yeah, fantastic, really good. All right, I got one more, so let's close it out with the last one. All right, so the last one we're talking about here is The Burning. And there's something about this artwork that is just, again, there's a lot on this list, like the Prowler, Slumber Party Massacre. They just kind of have just a feel and a look that really captures um, the genre. And this one, again, there's no blood except for in like the text, kind of. You see, like that's more of a fire, like a flame. But this just captures this early '80s slasher genre like to a T. You got the camp setting, which is just fantastic. At this time, this is '81. Friday the 13th had come out. Actually, Friday the 13th Part 2 had come out, or it was coming out around this time. Madman was a camp slasher in '81. And this, so it's just, this was, at the time it was like, if you're gonna go see a scary movie instead of camp setting, you knew what you were getting, and this captures it perfectly. You get the crazy, the cropsy killer there. You don't get to see his head. The sunlight is rising, which is really cool effect, blocking out his head. You get the arms, and you get the garden shears, which we see in the movie. This is how there's scenes of this being made, some kills being made, which is great. You get the couple in the water. She's, there no clothes on, a little bit of like the sex appeal. But then like you got like the, what's it say, Camp Blackfoot. So you can read it there, Camp Blackfoot. You get the cottages, the lights on, the flagpole. You get some canoes, the dock. It's very detailed for like the camp setting. You know exactly what you're getting, like the woods in the background. Yeah, again, it's at like dusk dawn. Yeah, man, this is just so iconic. This is just a classic. It's so like I don't know. I just love it. These are great. Like they're not like, this one is not like some of like the best hand drawn art in the genre, but it just captures what these films are about so good. And yeah, I love it. So yeah, that's just another look at some of the the '80s slashers cover it that I really like. And I like to talk about these films, and the artwork is a big part of these films. So it's fun to actually just talk about the art as opposed to the film itself sometimes. So that'd probably be it for these. There's lots of other really good cover arts within the genre, of course, but these were there's probably like 20 or 30 between these two videos I made. These are the real standouts for me. Um, so yeah, so hope you guys like that. It's just kind of fun to take a look at these, closer look, and examine them. Yeah. So yeah, that's it. So all right, guys. So yeah, until next time. All right. See ya.